Hello there, stranger. Welcome back to another episode of Command Block Survival. Today we're going to be working on our zoo that was broken in the past, and so we have to fix up the redstone a little bit. You can still see some on top of there. And we also try and make a habitat for a new creature that I find. The sun sets on this once magnificent creation. The most beautiful zoo that anyone has ever seen. Look at the design, the impeccable grass and dirt and glass that just make it pop against the background of the sunset. Yeah, it's broken. We're gonna fix it today. I don't know exactly what happened. But yeah, there's no creatures anymore. Particularly, and most importantly, there is no turtles in here anymore. At least last I checked. Oh, the turtles are still here. Okay, that's good. There's no guardians, but the turtles are here. How are the turtles? The last time I flicked this lever, the turtles were not there. I'm gonna flick the lever again. See, what it's supposed to be doing is flipping back between both states. And yeah, it's definitely broken. Also, there's more turtles in here. Yes, it's very broken. Now, this time around, we are going to be much more careful. If you recall from the previous episode, not the previous episode, a few episodes ago, it's been a while because it hurt when we lost all of our stuff. I don't know how I missed something so obvious, but yeah, it just teleports me down into oblivion, and we lost all of our stuff. That is not going to happen this time. We have a shulker box where we can put things, not everything apparently. It's okay. Oh wait. Yeah, this is fine. So, we can just take one thing out at a time and minimize the reliance on a lot of stuff. So, quick refresher on like how the zoo works. It'll be short, don't worry. Basically, there's just a structure block, and it loads and saves these. I called them Pokemon boxes because that's what the original project is. But I think that calling it a zoo just makes it easier to understand. And then there's two currently. There's a box 1 and a box 2. So I added a couple of, I don't know what you call them, like error messages or confirmation messages. Basically, it's just a way to let us know that the command blocks are running. So there's saving and loading ones, and then there's also one to let us know if this observer triggers, because that's what actually makes the structure block like save or load. The other, well, you'll see. Anyway, so if we just go ahead and spam this, we should get a bunch of messages. And most significantly, if you remember, I said the observer is the one that actually is saving and loading it. And the observer is just, it's not happening very much. I think it happens like twice here, which is really bad. And then also it's like saving a bunch of stuff in a row, and yeah, we got a problem here. That's good though, because we can fix it. We'll call this a visualization of the problem. There are so many turtles in there. Oh my word. So clearly something that clears out the old entities so that it can put in the new ones is not working. So maybe we should fix that first. All right, so here's the basic problem. I routed the lever all the way around down here. So watch the redstone on the observer, if you can. So if I start spamming this, you'll notice it just can't keep up. It like, sometimes it goes, sometimes it doesn't. And so that's essentially the core of the problem. The observer is just too slow for this design. Okay, so we got a little test setup here, and I have actually two test structures. One of them is this fence gate, and you can see it's just one block. Then the other one, which is also one block, we'll load it here, is this comparator. And what we need to check is if we modify this comparator and then adjust this, does it save the comparator and load the birch fence gate? And it doesn't look like it does. So this is in save mode right now. We have the fence gate open to show the different state so we can visualize it. And if I just try and do what we would normally be doing, you'll notice it says could not set the block. So for some reason, when it's in save mode, I can't use commands to put it in load mode. So that's kind of interesting. I just saw the thing I'm looking for. So to break it up, oh, there's a lot of them. Oh, I've never seen a fox in Minecraft before. This is actually the first time. Yeah. So what I was gonna say is to break things up, I was gonna go look for an entity, specifically the fox, and I found it already, so that was fast. I missed. Let's catch it with our super cool command block Pokeballs. Will you stop running? Why do you have to be so fast? You're kind of awesome. Ooh, I don't know if I got it. Oh, I did. Ignore the broken thing. Fox spawn egg! Woo! Let's go get the other one, and then maybe we can breed them up and stuff. We should also snag some sweet berries, because I don't have any of those. My world's a little bit ancient, so. Yeah. Ah. There's another one? Dude, why is there so many? That's awesome. I have no clue how like common or uncommon it is to find these guys, because like I said, I've never done it. I have no sweet berries, so we should probably get as many as possible. And that's why all this testing is so important, because we're going to get rare mobs like the foxes, and we really don't want them to like get saved improperly. You know what I mean? Like, we want to keep these guys. So now that you know why testing is so important, we are going to do another test. And this test is not so much a test as a demonstration. So I have a redstone torch down there, and what is supposed to happen is it's supposed to load the comparator. Once I flick this lever, it should load the comparator. What actually happens is the gate just opens because of the redstone. Now, when it replaces this, it should be updating it and being able to load it. But really, the only way to ever get the structure block to trigger, you can't trigger it when you have redstone stuff near it. So like if I have this near it instead of the torch, and then we try it again, it's not loading the comparator. We would have to manually boop, click the button. It updates all the information inside it correctly, but it never actually triggers it. So it looks like the only way to trigger it is with an observer. Okay, so let's just double check that this all works. So if we are limited by the output though, that means that we're gonna have to make the input shorter or like more limited rather than just having a lever that we can flick constantly. Maybe a button might work. All right, let's see if it turns into a comparator. It does. Okay. So that's good. So we'll just have to work with the limitations of the observer's speed. Observers are kind of weird. I actually just learned something about them. So the structure blocks, redstone-wise, work the same way as the lamp. So just watch the lamp here. So when the lamp turns on, it's kind of what you'd expect, right? There's like a block, whoops. There's a redstone on here, it powers the block, and then it powers the thing. So you would assume that if there's redstone on the observer, then that would also power the lamp, but it doesn't. Somehow the observer doesn't carry any signal through it. It can't be a powered block, and so then you need this extra like loop-de-doop, or as we did, I put a block on top so that way the signal goes into this block and then this block powers that. Because apparently the observer can't. Kind of weird. Okay, so the command blocks are all set up. We'll set up the actual input thingy later. For now, we'll just simulate it by clicking the lever slowly. It's basically the same thing. So we are on box 2, and we're going to change it in a very small way. We'll just put a lever there. There are so many turtles. And then we'll just flip the lever and give it time to do it. Yeah, so the lever's gone now, and we'll put something else here. Maybe a dirt block. And just check. Yep, the lever's back. And then the dirt block's back. Whoo! Okay. Cool. I think that I set up something that will prevent it saving over each other. So we're gonna spam click it. It's okay if it messes up because it's just a lever and a dirt block. Okay, so things happen. Okay, so we're at the lever right now. All of the turtles are gone somehow. I don't know where they all went. That's okay. So we flip it to here. We're at the dirt block one. Aha! Look at that. Spam protection. Let's go. Let's just click it a couple more times to make sure. Nice. Okay, we might actually be safe trying to put things that we care about in here. Okay, the last thing we're gonna do before we put our precious foxes in here, into this disaster zone, is test entity duplication. Because you know how there was like a million turtles? I put it back to the way it was, where there was 2. And also I bred them together and they laid baby turtles, so that's actually super cool. But what we'll do is we'll just drop some items on the ground. Let's actually drop something that I know I only have 1 of. Here we go. We'll drop the fence gate on the ground, and then we're going to spam click. And if I end up with like 3 or 4 fence gates, then we're going to know that it's not spam protected, you know? All right, so let's go find, oh, that's weird. Okay, so all of the entities are gone. What happens if we just cycle it back? And they're back. Weird. Oh, wait a second. Oh, look at the dirt block that we were using is gone. Uh-oh. So there's still clearly some issues. It's not 100% consistent. It is more consistent than it was, but I think the solution is going to be to add trackers. So if we make it so that, say, Pokemon Box 1 always has this color of clay, and then Box 2 has that color, like we can track each box with just a single block. And that way we can guarantee 100% of the time that it's not going to save the wrong thing. Okay, we got a setup here. I have a save button. I've totally rerouted all the command blocks for the tracking thing. And so we might actually have a spam proof setup. I'm gonna hit save. There we go. Also, it closes the door. Whoops. All right, then if we flick the switch once, okay, the turtles go away. Let's put a little marker here. Actually, something less valuable. Get rid of the dirt. Then save it again. Flick the switch. Uh-oh. Something has gone wrong. I think this is finally it. This is the next day for me. I've been working on this a long time and just it has not cooperated. But I think we got it now, so it'll save the blocks and it will also save the entities. So I think that it might be safe enough to put our fox in finally. So that's pretty exciting. All right, so let's close the doors here. And we can release these fox into our little area. Maybe give them some sweet berries. Oh, I love the sweet berries. So now that we have our foxes in here, we can start placing some of the things that I think they like. I'm not entirely sure, but I figure that since they came around in the same update, it's probably related. Can you take damage on the little ones? No. Okay. I also brought some familiar trees so we can kind of make a little... Oh my. Well, that's weird. It pushes you into the ground. We can sort of make a little habitat here. We also need to cover up some of these holes that are just everywhere. Okay, so we prettied it up a little bit. There's like a little watering, a river kind of thing there. There's like a lake in the middle. We'll get rid of this. And then there's also, this is pretty cool. Look at this. It's like a little den. And apparently he already has gone in here. Cool. Alright, so now we can start adding some grass. I also brought flowers too, although this might just give us enough flowers. We'll see. It's kind of cool. I think we need more trees though. And then now we can start adding even more sweet berries. We got a few and some of them have grown. So I actually have enough to fill it out, because I didn't find very many in that one biome that we found, but since I've grown them, now we definitely have enough. Should be perfect for the little foxes. And I think for the final visual touch for their habitat, we'll put in these peonies. They're kind of pinkish, and I think that they look kind of good with it. Also, I got rid of the yellow ones because the yellow was like making the plains grass color more obvious, kind of, if that makes sense. Anyway, so hopefully it'll look a little bit nicer now. Okay, I like this. We managed to make the biome look a little bit darker, even though it's technically forest, because we got all the darkness from the dark green of the peonies, and then we got the dark green of the sweet berries that are everywhere, the dark green of the leaves. And so even over here where it's kind of plainsy, it still is dark-ish, which sort of looks like their habitat. So that's pretty cool. Oh, look it. He's curled up. That is so adorable. He's sleeping. Is he snoring? I guess if you shift, they don't run away from you. Ow. That's so cute. Do you think I can feed him the sweet berries? Oh, that is what they do. Oh, let's go get the other one. So cute. Oh, he took a glass block. It is ridiculously hard to try and get foxes to tame. They're so fast that, like, as soon as you can get one, well, if they're not sitting in a sweetberry bush, like, you have to hold shift to even get up to them. But they're so fast they can just run away from you. It's like, if I even get this one, that one, yep, he's already gone. Yes! Finally! Ah! So much damage. There's a baby fox! Woo! Oh my goodness, that was hard. Oh man, this is a cool habitat though. We gotta make sure that we save this. So just for maximum safety, I have some backup boxes here. So we'll just go ahead and save that as a backup and then put it back in load. Just in case. Alrighty, this is the moment of truth. We have our precious cargo and we are going to attempt to swap it. Whoa. Oh my, there's like little poppies everywhere, but it does seem to work. Yeah, we have the turtles and their baby turtle. Then if we go back, close the door. And yeah, we got the baby fox. It worked. Oh my goodness. This project was very challenging. So it's very rewarding that it works. Oh my goodness. And we can probably start adding more habitats too eventually, now that we have the functionality of the structure blocks working. So That could be pretty cool in the future, but I think that's going to be it for me for this episode. So I'll catch you guys next time. Later.